Malcolm X.
They define a whole generation to be themselves and be bold.
I'm the king of the race. It's time for you and me to fight for ourselves.
There were two different worlds, but it was destiny that they would meet. 3 short years that they would spend in their lives.
They were two of the most iconic figures of a hugely important era in American history.
The new Netflix documentary, Blood Brothers, Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali, tells a story of how their friendship grew over a pivotal 3 years and how it fell apart. One of Ali's daughters, Miriam Ali, is interviewed in the film, and she joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
So this starts in a way, I don't know if the film starts this way, but the story in Chicago 1962, a young Cassius Clay goes to hear him speak, and what happens, and why is he on this spiritual journey?
You know, both my father and Malcolm have an amazing trajectory in their life, their journey. You know, my father started out a Baptist, and he saw Christianity not really answering the questions of segregation and Jim Crow in Louisville, Kentucky. You know, Malcolm had his start with a lot of childhood trauma as well, and he was looking for a divine purpose once he got into prison. So, you know, these men intersected. My father was studying his religion 3 years before he met Malcolm. A mentor he had at the time named Abdul Rahman introduced him to Malcolm X. And then Malcolm X became a wonderful mentor, and they just had so much in common as men. They really wanted to articulate the methods and the strategies that were having African Americans feel inferior and subservient to, you know, the masses. So, you know, it was important for them to get that word out. And that's what really bonded them, that sense of urgency to tell Black people, you're not inferior inherently. You know, you are beautiful people. We have to do for self and know thyself.
So one of your father's biggest regrets is not making up. They had a falling out, and then Malcolm X's assassination happened. What was the cause of that falling out?
Wow, you could write volumes on that, the response to that question. You know, this was a tumultuous time. You know, the Nation of Islam was under more surveillance than even Martin Luther King. There were infiltrators within that organization, but there was also power struggles and a lot of jealousy and envy. And my father was just a 22-year-old man right smack dab in the middle of it. And it's important for people to also understand how my father viewed Elijah Muhammad. At that point of his spiritual journey, which was in the Nation of Islam, he later converted into regular Orthodox true Islam. But at that point in time, he thought Elijah Muhammad was the messenger of God. So, you know, as a 22-year-old impressionable man who felt like he was dedicated to what he felt was his savior, of course, when Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X had their major riff, and they got to my father saying, do not talk to him, he's against the messenger of God. Of course, my father was going to side with who he felt started everything. You know what I'm saying?
But this stemmed from Malcolm X calling out Elijah Muhammad for his extramarital affairs. Did your dad, as he got older, look back and say, maybe Malcolm X was right?
He definitely said, you know, this is the thing. It's a weird dichotomy. It's not right, actually, even in true Islam, to tell people secrets. There's a concept of gossip is gossip, whether it's true or not. So that was a mistake. He shouldn't have been murdered over it, which I don't think the Nation of Islam was the only ones responsible for assassinating Malcolm X. He was seen as a threat to this government. However, my father did express, yes, that was a regret. Malcolm was way ahead of me in terms of accepting the true religion of Islam. And yeah, he you know, it hurt him that it ended that way, you know, but you know, it's just lessons learned, and you look back in retrospect, and that's how you evolve as an individual, is from making mistakes.
Well, it's a fascinating story. The documentary is called Blood Brothers. It's on Netflix. Miriam Ali, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.